Aurora has a chance to close out the series as they face off with John Carroll in Game 3 of this NCAA Regional. Welcome back here. If you joined us for Game 1, my name is Sean Fry. Spartans with a 9-6 victory in that second contest, our first one of the day. And it was a thriller, despite the fact that for much of the last portion of the game, it was never closer than 3 runs. But Aurora would stretch out the lead, and then John Carroll would come battling on back. Fell short in the end, and now Aurora has a chance to close out the series with a sweep. And it will send Nick Malmberg to the bump to try to finish the job for the Spartans. Lineup cards are being exchanged. Here are the lineups for Game 2. First for the visiting Blue Streaks of John Carroll University. Now 28-16 on the season. Bobby Bell's lineup is started off with Joe Olszewski, the shortstop in the leadoff spot. Justin Hanley moves up to bat second. He's the designated hitter. Sean Connolly in the 3 spot in right field. Jack Harmon is the cleanup batter. He will be at first. Logan Lemire is the catcher batting 5th. Eric Dalgenti hits 6th. He'll be in center field. Connor Maley is the third baseman, hitting 7th. Jared Orwell's the left fielder in the 8th spot. And Michael Persichetti rounds out the order. He will be at second base. Olszewski, Hanley, Connolly, Harmon, Lemire, Dalgenti, Maley, Orwell, and Persichetti for John Carroll as they try to stave off elimination. Adam Stevens' lineup today for the Spartans in game number 3 of this series has Nico Bermeo, the shortstop, leading off. Jacob Ambule hits second and plays right field. And Justin Sartori, the first baseman, will hit third. 4, 5, and 6, the designated hitter, Jet Wedekin. Josh Reinhardt in left field, and Dom Curcio, the center fielder. So again, that's 4, 5, and 6. Tyler Patton is the catcher. He will hit 7th. And Colin Minor, second base, hits 8th. Sean Rivera is the third baseman, rounding out the Aurora order. Bermeo, Ambule, Sartori, Wedekin, Reinhardt, Curcio, Patton, Minor, Rivera, the lineup for Aurora. Maxwell Shoemaker, the right-handed senior from Troy, Michigan, gets the call for John Carroll here. It's going to be his 4th start of the season and 11th appearance. He's 2-2 with a 4.63 ERA in 23 1/3 innings, 13 strikeouts, and an opponent's batting average of .250. Then for Aurora, Nick Malmberg gets the ball. The left-hander and the 5th-year senior out of Round Lake, Illinois, and the alum of Grant High School will be called upon to try to pitch Aurora into the Super Regional. He is 7-0 as he gets set for his 10th start. In 52 2/3 innings, struck out 35 and pitched to a 3.76 earned run average. So Malmberg against Shoemaker here in Game 3 of the series on the nightcap of our doubleheader. Mike Federer moves behind the plate. It's Garrett Moselle, the first base umpire. Brett Mile at second. Pat Galdonic is the third base umpire. And as Malmberg in the Spartans' black road uniforms and gray pants, black hat with blue bill, gets his warm-up tosses underway. Sean Rivera's at third. Nico Bermeo at short. Colin Minard at second. Justin Sartori at first, and Tyler Patton is behind the plate. Josh Reinhardt in left field, Dom Curcio in center, Jacob Ambule is in right. Will Aurora finish it off? Or will we need to come back here tomorrow for Game 4 and, if necessary, Game 5? We'll find out if anything tomorrow is necessary, or if Aurora will simply close it out right here. Last time Aurora advanced out of regional play, it was directly to the College World Series. That was in 2006. Aurora now 53-50 all-time in the NCAA tournament. John Carroll is now 0-6. If they are 0-7 at the end of the day, will be the end of their season. But a terrific season one way or the other for John Carroll. Got into the OAC tournament on the cut line after a tiebreaker and then defeated some very good teams on the way to an OAC tournament title and an NCAA tournament bid, and they are not done yet. But the margin for error is gone. So we are all set. Game number 2 today. Nick Malmberg into his motion, and he'll start off Joe Olszewski with ball 1. Olszewski, 465 at the start of the day. He went 1 for 3 with a sac fly in the opener. He'll take strike 1 here. So for the series, Olszewski now 2 for 7. Which is a win if you can keep him to 2 hits. He's been on base a bunch. He'll hit a fly ball here. It is hard and deep out to left field into the gap, but it is run down by Josh Reinhardt for the first out. And that will bring Justin Hanley to the plate. Gorgeous day here in the Fox River Valley at Jim Schmid Field. Just shy of 70 degrees. Wind is blowing in out of left field. A little less intensity than we had in the first part of the day. Hanley's first swing is shot foul down the third base side. Hanley 3 for 4 in game number 2. And now 4 for 7 for the series. So for John Carroll, who had 10 hits in the first game today and then 7 yesterday, Justin Hanley has certainly picked up his share of those. He takes ball 1 from Malmberg. 1 ball and 1 strike. Malmberg, the lefty into his motion, gets a fly ball. Will hang up long enough for Curcio to come forward and make the catch for out number 2. Malmberg's last action, 7 1/3 of 2-run ball against Edgewood. Did give up 10 hits and 3 walks, but worked around it in defeating Edgewood for the second time in the tournament and eliminating the Eagles. And for that matter, keeping Aurora alive. And over Malmberg's last 4 starts, as he deals in ball 1 to Sean Connolly, Malmberg is 4-0 with an ERA of 2.13 in 25 1/3 innings. He's been good. But Connolly takes one off the elbow, and he'll be the first base runner of this game 3. And for Connolly, hasn't been on base a ton here in this postseason, but he'll reach here with 2 outs. Now Jack Harmon digging in from the right side against Malmberg, who's into the stretch, and he'll see the breaking ball miss down and in on Harmon. Came in hitting 262. Went 1 for 4 earlier today, and now 3 for 8, a solo homer in the series. Malmberg's 1-0 pitch is a fastball and a grounder. Third base, just to the left of it and behind is Rivera. He takes that on the second bounce and then throws out Harmon to conclude the inning. No hits, 1 left, no runs for John Carroll in the top of the first. Aurora comes to bat in game 3. This NCAA regional next. Aurora gets the bats out for the first time in game 3 coming up. Spartans with 8 hits in both of the games in this series so far. 3 runs in game 1, 9 in the last one, largely via the walk. We haven't really seen the Aurora offense really get rolling the way they're capable of. For some context here, Aurora has double-digit hits in 32 of their 45 games so far, but not at all in this series so far. So there's another level that this Aurora offense can get to, but it's hard in the postseason. Everybody's good. And so it's just a little more difficult to be able to have the success that you might have at times during the season against teams that are in the bottom third of your conference. Nico Bermeo will get it started. Walked 3 times, including once with the bases loaded earlier today. He's 0 for 6 for the series, and he's going to take ball 1 from Maxwell Shoemaker. Bermeo started the day hitting .348. All right, hander from the stretch fires in the fastball. 1-1. Shoemaker started against Marietta in their 3rd appearance in the OAC tournament. 1-1 pitch to Bermeo, finds the inside corner for strike 2. Went 4 2/3 of shutout ball, scattered 3 hits and a couple of walks. So he's shown that he can be the guy for the job in a desperate situation. Ball 2. Well, in that 3rd meeting with Marietta, it was very likely, as it turns out, John Carroll's season in 1 game. Fastball comes up and in, and Bermeo swings and misses and isn't happy about it. Knows that he swung at one that was ball 3. Now Jacob Ambule will come to the plate. Had a 7-game hit streak end earlier today. 1 for 8. Couple of RBIs in this postseason. Or, again, I keep saying in this postseason. The conference tournament happened, I promise, in this series. Strike 1 to Ambule. Entered the day hitting .384. Shoemaker kicks and comes to the plate on 0-1. Misses with the breaking ball, down and in. And we're even at a ball and a strike. 1-1. Fastball that's down. Lower and inner part of the plate that time. A ball and 2 strikes. And the ensuing pitch from Shoemaker is spiked, and the count will even. Malmberg for Aurora, guy who likes to work quickly on the bump, and Maxwell Shoemaker apparently is of a similar approach to his craft. He steps in here. It doesn't take a lot of time getting a sign and then getting into his motion. Here's the 2-2 to Ambule, and he misses high. Connor Maley, Joel Savsky, Michael Persichetti, and Jack Harmon left to right around the infield. Logan Lemire behind the plate. 3-2 pitch off the handle on a slow roller to third. Maley has to charge it and then threw it away. Well, it's going to be an error here that puts Ambule on with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. First error of the day for John Carroll, and that's their 2nd here of this series. We'll put 1 on first for Justin Sartori. 3 for 8 here in the series. .391 average at the start of the day. You want 1 for 4 with a triple and a bases loaded walk in the opener today. First pitch from Shoemaker is strike 1. So he went to the fastball there. I believe Shoemaker might be the hardest throwing pitcher that John Carroll has gone with so far today. 0-1 pitch missed just below the strike zone for ball 1. Sartori appearing in his 150th career game. He has 223 career hits. Check swing on 1-1. He went. Mike Federer, the home plate umpire, making that call on his own. That's a ball and 2 strikes. Shoemaker looking for that second out and serves up a fly ball to Sartori. He got under that a lot, so Dalgenti comes over. He'll make the catch for the second out. Ambule back into first base. And Jet Wedekin will come to the plate. Catcher for the first 2 games of the series. He'll DH here. Jet had a superb opener of our doubleheader today. 2 for 3 with a double, drove in 3 as he added a sac fly later after the 2-run double broke open when had been a slim 1-run lead and tripled that. He takes ball 1 from Shoemaker. 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball that blazes up and in, and Wedekin gets ahead 2-0. Shoemaker's 2-0. Found the inside corner. About to say he fouled it off. He didn't even swing. He took strike 1. We're at that point in the doubleheader apparently where I'm seeing things. Strike 2 taken, and the count is even. Wedekin's barreled up a few today, trying to do that again here with 2 outs and 1 on. Bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. He'll take ball 3. Close pitch. Lemire tried to frame it. Didn't get the call, and now we'll have the bases loaded. That will allow Ambule to get a running start here. There he goes, and the pitch comes up and in, and Wedekin takes his base. 2-out walk gives Aurora its first swing of the day with a runner in scoring position, and it's Josh Reinhardt. Singled twice and walked earlier today. He is 3 for 7 in the postseason. 4-game hit streak now as he faces Maxwell Shoemaker for the first time. Gets a fastball and got under it. Popped up the middle. The second baseman, Persichetti, looks for it and has it to end the inning. By the way, it's Jared Orwell, Eric Dalgenti, and Sean Connolly left to right around the outfield. Realized I only got through the infield, didn't tell you who's playing the outfield. All the same, we'll have plenty of opportunities to name the fielders as we go here. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 left for Aurora in the bottom of the first. No score here in Game 3, an elimination game between Aurora and John Carroll. Nick Malmberg back to the bump here after a 10-pitch first inning. Logan Lemire starts it off here for John Carroll. Nick Malmberg is a strike thrower. He's only issued 13 walks on the season. When he hits his spots, he is very tough to beat. Starts off Lemire with strike 1. Lemire, 1 for 3 with a sac fly and a couple of RBIs in Game 2 earlier today. He'll take breaking ball down and in for ball 1. So 1 for 6 now in the series for Lemire, junior from Bay Village, Ohio. 1-1 pitch is off the plate. And Lemire is going to get ahead here. It's the 4th of 5 batters to get ahead against Malmberg. And now a 3-1 count coming up. There is that 3-1 pitch from Malmberg. He feeds that one in and loads the count. Malmberg right back ready to get it as he is behind the glove, now into his motion, and the pitch is a sharply hit ground ball into right field. First hit of the game yet again goes to John Carroll. It was a solo homer in the first game. A single in the second game of the series. And a single here in game 3. Here is Eric Dalgenti. Malmberg starts off with the curveball and misses down and away. Dalgenti hit .273 to begin the day. 0 for 5 with sac fly. Through a couple of games against Aurora. 1-0 pitch is fallen off. First ever meetings between Aurora and John Carroll. It's only the third time that John Carroll is taking on a school currently in the NAC. They played Dominican back in 2013. And you got to go back to 1994 for the first time when they took on Illinois Tech. Fly ball here to right from Dalgenti, and Buell under that. I'll make the catch for the first down. Lemire back in the first here for the Blue Streaks, and Connor Maley will come to the plate. One of 3 teams in the OAC to make the NCAA tournament, along with Marietta and Baldwin Wallace, both ranked in the top 15. Maley's first pitch from Malmberg is off the handle foul down the right field line. Maley 0 for 8 with 3 strikeouts in the series so far. Hitting .299 the start of the day. Quick throw over from Malmberg. Keep an eye on Lemire. You'd have to think that a batter of Connor Maley's caliber would sooner or later be able to get one to drop in. This hasn't happened so far this series. He'll try a bunt. Up the third baseline, Rivera fields it cleanly, and the throw is not in time. I don't know if that pulled off Sartori or not. And it is going to be an infield single. So there's Maley's first hit. Sometimes when the swings aren't working out, you just drop one down and see what happens. Well, it's Jared Orwell now. Did not play in game 1, appeared as a pinch hitter, and went in the left field after that and hit a single and a double. Drove in a run. Or make that actually a couple of doubles at the very same spot, now that I recall correctly. Down the left field line, just behind the bag at third and into the corner. He's ahead of Malmberg 1-0. 1 out, 2 on here, top 2 of a scoreless ball game. Malmberg from the stretch pumps in the fastball to even the count. Orwell, the senior from Wexford, Pennsylvania, out of North Allegheny High School. Another player who hails from the greater Pittsburgh area. Swings and misses at Malmberg's 1-2 off speed delivery. Malmberg in control here on 1-2. Nick glances over at second and now comes to the plate and threw that one about 55 feet in. Nice job by Patton behind the plate to keep that in front. It's 2-2. Aurora infield, as they have been for a few batters now, looking for the twin killing. Hoping this time it will end the inning here in the top of the second. 2-2 to Orwell. Breaking ball and a foul ball. So the battle continues here. Another 2-2 coming. Runners go. Malmberg gets a swing and a miss. The throw to third is not in time. Looked like Rivera had to go up to get the throw, couldn't put the tag down, and then Lemire sliding in the third is a little shaken up. Orwell, meanwhile, is the second out. Malmberg's first strikeout of the day. An aggressive double steal attempt put on by Bobby Bell that time has put a couple of runners in the scoring position for Michael Persichetti in the 9 spot. He's hit the ball well, 3 for 7 in this postseason, but taking a strike here from Malmberg. It was after going 4 for 14 in 4 games at the OAC tournament. So a good couple of weekends so far for the sophomore from Chagrin Falls, Ohio. I'll take a ball here. It's either Chagrin or Chagrin Falls, Ohio, and chagrin is, well, it's a negative term, right? So it can't be that, right? 1-1, fastball fouled off. And much to my chagrin, you know. Maybe it's a waterfall no one wants to be near. One and two, the count. Malmberg looking to end the second without any incident. Pitch outside for ball 2. Persichetti trying to come through and put John Carroll on the board. Malmberg's 2-2 offering is a breaking ball, and that one's lifted foul. We remain at 2-2. Good battle here. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Ground ball first base side, and it's foul. Malmberg with his glove on his hip now comes set at the letters. The 2-2 pitch is a fastball, and he throws it by Persichetti to end the inning. John Carroll threatens in the second with a couple of hits, but they leave them on. And we're still scoreless through an inning and a half. Game 3 of the NCAA Regional between John Carroll and Aurora. Dom Curcio will lead it off for Aurora in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Sean Fry with you. If necessary, game 4 tomorrow at 11 a.m. And then if necessary, game 5 would follow 45 minutes after. Aurora can make neither necessary with a victory in this contest, but we've got a long way to go here. Dom Curcio feels overdue. He's 0 for 8 in this series so far. .356 average at the start of the day. He's put some good swings on John Carroll pitches, but he's not been able to get one to fall in. Maxwell Shoemaker with strike one at a 23-pitch first inning. We'll look for something a little more efficient here in the bottom of the second. And he works exclusively out of the stretch. Misses outside with ball one. Fourth start of the season, fourth start of his career. 1-1 pitches, Bender in for strike two. And you look at his numbers at a glance, and you'd think, well, if you're making just your fourth start, you only have 23 innings pitched, it's probably going to be a bullpen game, but showing last time out that he can get stretched out into the fifth inning. And that would certainly be a good outcome for John Carroll if they can get a quality start out of Maxwell Shoemaker today. He misses outside to Curcio. It's 2-2, the Spartans' six-hitter. And the pitch is fouled off. Matthew Ackerman went 6 innings of two-run ball, threw around 100 pitches, but seemed to be fading a little bit the third time through the order and was lifted before Aurora could get the lineup back up for the fourth time. Ball three to Curcio. And earlier today, Jamin Higley, 4 really good innings. Faced the minimum, did not allow a hit. There is Dom Curcio's first base hit of the series, and it leads off the second inning. It goes right back up the middle in the center field. It was the fifth where things went downhill for Higley, where all of a sudden he just could not get an out. Looked pretty automatic through the first 4 innings. Was not to be. Now asking Maxwell Shoemaker to keep John Carroll in the postseason. After a throw over to Dom Curcio, the first pitch to Tyler Patton is taken for ball one. Patton hitting .302. And he went 2 for 3 earlier today with an RBI. Looking to keep that going, he'll take ball two. Patton, the freshman from Aurora, the east side over the Waubonsie Valley High School footprint. 2-0 pitch and a pop-up foul territory first base side. Catcher Lemire looks for it and lost it. One ends up hopping off the turf. I wonder there if that was a case of no one knowing who was going to get it. That should have been the first out. Either that or Logan Lemire lost it in the sun at the last minute. Now it's 3-1 as Patton takes one up and in from Shoemaker. He should get a pitch to hit here. 4 doubles, couple of homers for Patton here. A later portion of the season, he'll foul off the 3-1. And the count is full. Another foul ball here on 3-2. We'll try that again. You know Aurora would like to jump on John Carroll early and get them to start thinking about the end of their season. Chance to deliver a knockout blow here in Game 3. And they'll get the first 2 on here in the second. Ball 4 to Patton. Will bring Colin Minert to the plate. Colin walked twice, once with the bases loaded earlier today. He's 1 for 4 in the series. He's reached base in 17 straight. And is 7 for 20 over his last 7 games. So he's hit the ball well. We'll try to advance Spartan base runners here. He shows bunt and then takes strike 1. Aurora 29-1 when scoring first this season. John Carroll, to their credit, Aurora did it for the first time in the series earlier today, would not give up. 0-1 was ball one, but Minor couldn't hold up. Once again, the check swing is called a full swing by Mike Federer, and the count is 0-2. First two on here. The bottom of the second of a scoreless ball game. Minor will need to be swinging here on 0-2. And gets one back up the middle. Olsavsky will step on the bag for one and complete the double play with the throw to first. The fifth double play turned this series by John Carroll. A 6-3 double play here. That leaves a runner on third for Sean Rivera, who will try to plate the game's first run. 263 at the start of the day. First pitch swinging and fouling it into the backstop. Rivera with a walk and an RBI earlier today. He's 1 for 4 in the series. The 0-1 is spun in. And Shoemaker, after 2 long at-bats to begin the inning, has settled in with a double play. And now an 0-2 count here against Sean Rivera. Shoemaker nearly sailed the throw. There's all kinds of foul territory here at Jim Schmidt Field, so it gets away from the catcher. There's plenty of time to come home. Count's still 1-2. Shoemaker deals and missed again. Bottom 2, no score. Runner on third, 2 outs and a 2-2 count. As Shoemaker gets the pitch he wants, sets at the letters, and then misses high for the third straight pitch. It's 3 straight fastballs that he's tried to get Rivera to offer at. I wonder if he's trying to get a strikeout. Need an out of any variety. But instead he misses with 4 straight high fastballs and puts Rivera on. So runners on the corners now. Still 2 outs. And Nico Bermeo comes up. Bermeo struck out in the first plate appearance of the ball game for Aurora and was visibly not happy with himself afterwards. Does not frequently have 2 bad at-bats in a row. He'll take strike 1. Bermeo, a dangerous hitter at the top of the order. Just 1 hit in the series. Runner goes. The breaking ball was down and in for ball 1, and Rivera is in with a rare stolen base for Aurora. Just their 16th of the season. Adam Stevens has not had to put base runners in motion, in due part because of how much the offense has mashed this season. 2-1 now to Bermeo. The fastball is down and away. Bermeo with a hitter's count. Now a couple of runners in scoring position. Shoemaker's 2-1 pitch misses. Through what now? 10 2/3 innings. John Carroll has walked 13 Aurora batters. And number 14 could be a pitch away, and we'll get a mound visit here with a 3-1 count upcoming for Nico Bermeo. We've got a very good dog here in the press area. Has no idea he's being talked about, but is happy to be here. That much I can confirm. It's a warm day, though. Tough to be a canine. Everyone else wearing polo shirts, layers. Dog has no such ability to cool off except by panting. 3-1 to Bermeo. He'll walk, and the bases are loaded. Jacob Ambuel will bat with the sacks full. Great crowd on hand, 70-degree weather.
Number 31, Jacob Ambuel.
Getting into the last part of May. Aurora trying to be playing on Memorial Day weekend in the Super Regional. Jacob Ambuel has not had a series that maybe we all expected coming in. He went 0 for 4. Did walk with the bases loaded, and he's driven in a couple in the series, but is just 1 for 8. He takes ball 1 from Shoemaker, who has had some difficulty locating the strike zone here in Game 3. 1-0 to Ambuel is inside. Well, when you're not consistently throwing strikes, you're going to have a hard time getting the call on close pitches. 2-0 to Ambuel. Fastball down the middle. I think that might have been a show-me pitch. Prove to me you can throw a strike. Now has to do it again here on 2-1. Three and one. That one misses low. Well, we said this a bunch in Game 1 today. Nowhere to put insert batter here. This time it's Jacob Ambuel, who's already walked in this spot once already today. 3-1 with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Strike 2 on a close pitch. It's close enough that Ambuel glanced at home plate umpire Mike Federer. Thought it could have gone either way. Counts full. Runners will be going here with 2 outs. The pitch is swung on and hit hard. Deep left field. Orwell goes back to the wall. It's foul. It was gone, but he was just out in front. Good grief. Mere feet from being a 4-0 ball game. Instead, the count remains full. The runners will be going again. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and barreled again. Orwell goes back to the wall one more time. He finds it and comes back to make the catch to end the inning. It looked like he thought that Ambuel got just about enough and made a right turn back to the ball. And Aurora leaves the bases loaded here in the 2nd inning. A hit, no runs, and no score through 2 innings between Aurora and John Carroll. Jacob Ambuel just missed a grand slam in the bottom of the 2nd, pushed it narrowly foul, and then just missed clearing the bases with his next swing. All the same, Maxwell Shoemaker gets out of the bases loaded jam, and the top of the order starts off the top of the 3rd for John Carroll. No score in Game 3 of this NCAA Regional. John Carroll has to win 3 in a row to move on. Nick Malmberg's first pitch to Joe Olszewski is a breaking ball for strike 1. Olszewski flew out to left in his first plate appearance and takes a ball. There's an appeal there from here, it did not appear to be particularly close. So certainly no argument from me on ball one. Momberg quickly back into his motion and gets Olszewski to roll over a fastball. It's 1-2 as it trickles foul. Another attempt for Olszewski to extend a 15-game hit streak. 1-2, down and away. Olszewski has had only 3 games all season without a base hit and just 9 without an RBI. When Olszewski's been at the plate, good things have happened. He takes ball 3 as the count loads here. Second double-digit hit streak of the season for Olszewski, by the way. Had a 13-game hit streak earlier today. And now he will make it 31 straight, reaching base with the leadoff walk. Well, once again, Olszewski with a chance to make trouble on the base paths, but once again facing a lefty. So it will be a little more difficult. Justin Hanley steps in. He flew out in his first trip. Takes ball 1 from Momberg here. Momberg kicks the knee and then misses with the first 2 to Hanley. Count to hit in here for Justin Hanley. Gets a fastball and laces it in the left field. Two on for Sean Connolly. I do wonder if the double steal will be on here. Bobby Bell hasn't really shown a whole lot of reservation with his base runners. He has a lot of confidence in them, and hard to blame him. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Connolly was hit by a pitch by Momberg last time. Infield, still a double play depth here for Aurora. Connolly shows bunt and gets it down out in front to Momberg, who will throw out Connolly as Olszewski and Hanley each move up a base. One down and a couple of tries to bring in the game's first run for the Blue Streaks.
First baseman, number 56, Jack Harmon.
Jack Harmon 0 for 1. We'll take strike 1 from Momberg to start off this plate appearance. Momberg needing to buckle down here. A slicer in the right field, it goes foul. It's 0-2. Sacrifice took the double play off. Aurora does have the infield back early enough. A lot of confidence in the offense. He'll trade it out for a run in this spot. You'd love Momberg to pick up the strikeout here against Harmon. He's ahead 0-2. Gets one off the handle out to second. That will score the run. Meinert has it and throws out Harmon for the second out. 1-0. John Carroll on the RBI ground out. Hanley moves up to third, so the threat continues here in the top of the third. John Carroll has the lead. Led for much of game 1, could not hang on, and now get to play from ahead here in game 3. Logan Lemire had a clean single in his first trip. He'll take strike 1 from Momberg. Now 2 for 8 in this series. Ground ball to third. Rivera to a knee, makes the stop. And then throws out Lemire to end the inning. A run in on one hit, one left. John Carroll into the lead. We'll go to the bottom of the third with the Blue Streaks leading Aurora 1-0. Justin Sartori will lead it off as Aurora brings the heart of the order to the plate at the bottom of the third. Sean Fry with you. 1-0 John Carroll. A lot of us here on the crew enjoyed some boxed lunches here between games. It's not customary, but I'd like to make it customary that I have a bag of Sour Patch Kids every game. Kaylee Underwood and the facilities team has brought a lot of candy to the games this year. Justin Sartori takes ball one from Maxwell Shoemaker. Now, anyone who's been listening to Aurora University baseball, with me calling it, you probably heard me make some kind of comment about how my wife hates how much candy I eat. So a lot of times I have to not tell her how much candy I've had when I go to Aurora baseball and softball games. At this point, I think she just assumes I have most of a big bag. 2-0, and a comebacker. One big hop back to Shoemaker, and he'll toss it over for out number one. Sartori 0 for 2 for the Spartans. Jet Wedekin comes to the plate. You have a preferred candy? Our former graduate assistant, Ali Texera, prefers Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which I will say, as far as chocolate candies are concerned, that is my favorite. It's not even close. My favorite ice cream is chocolate and peanut butter swirl. It's a great combination. A 1 to Jet Wedekin, who gets a fastball and pops it up. Right side, first baseman Harmon fights the sun and makes the catch. So the pop out in fair territory is the second out. It brings up Josh Reinhardt. It was 0 for 1. Reinhardt takes ball one. Josh trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the third. He'll get ahead here 2-0. Shoemaker gives up a fastball, and this is belted. Deep left field, Reinhardt lobs that one well in the left field, and it skips over the wall for another ground rule double today. Reinhardt absolutely leveled that baseball. So Dom Curcio will come up here with Reinhardt in scoring position. Aurora 0 for 3 so far in this ball game. They've been able to get some traffic on base against Maxwell Shoemaker, but have not been able to deliver the base hit. Strike one to Curcio. And Aurora's only hit until moments ago, and it was his first hit of the series. A clean single up the middle, one more like that would potentially tie the ball game. He hits one hard in the right field here. This one takes Connolly back to the wall, but he will make the catch. And Curcio just missed, giving Aurora the lead. 2-out double left on, but no runs in, and John Carroll leads through 3 innings, 1-0 in Game 3 of this NCAA Regional. One nothing, John Carroll in front in Game 3 of this NCAA Regional. Spartans with a 2-0 series lead and a chance to close it out here with a 3-game sweep, but trailing 6-7-8 coming to the plate for the Blue Streaks. Statistics have not done John Carroll, certainly their offense, the justice that I think they deserve here. Team batting average of .301, which is certainly not terrible, but only good enough for mid-tier in their conference. But this is a team that absolutely battles. They have been tough outs all weekend long. Ground ball to short, backhand stop Bermeo, and a good throw gets Dalgenti for out number 1. Dalgenti is 0 for 2. 3 hits through 3 innings for John Carroll. Connor Maley has one of them. Dropped down a bunt for his first hit of the series. Sean Rivera will certainly be thinking about that. Maley taking here, it's ball 1. And it gets past Tyler Patton and all the way to the backstop. Nick Malmberg was ready to go, but they had to wait for Jared Orwell to get the ball. Now Malmberg into his motion. 1-0 pitch is fouled off. Maxwell Shoemaker only at 68 pitches through 3 innings, but also at 68 pitches through 3 innings. So a few more stressful innings and Shoemaker might be out of the game. 1-out single for Maley, who, now that he has one, immediately piles up the second one with a bouncer up the middle. Infield will look to turn 2 for Jared Orwell. Strikeout victim, first time up. Getting in here against Malmberg, who goes to the breaking ball and gets a first pitch swing. It's fouled up and out of play. Oh, and 1 to Orwell. Breaking ball and a fly ball. Right field towards the foul line. Into foul territory comes Ambule. And a few steps into foul territory, he makes the catch. 2 away. Well, Michael Persichetti comes to the plate. And Joe Olsavsky moves on deck. Would like him to bat with the bases empty, ideally. Persichetti is 0 for 1. Malmberg starts him off with ball 1. Foul ball. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. One breaking ball is in for strike 2. Some finals from earlier today. Augustana over Loris 5-4. Buena Vista run rule win over Bethany Lutheran, and Beloit fell to Spalding 4-3 among some of the locals in action. 1-2 pitch, line drive into right. And that will bring Joel Savsky to the plate. An opportunity to double the lead. How about this score? UW Stevens Point defeated Webster 20-1. Webster. Good grief. Olsavsky 0 for 1 with a walk, first pitch swinging and a deep fly ball, but Curcio has plenty of room for that, and he will conclude the inning with the catch. 2 hits, 2 left, no runs. 3.5 in, 1-0, John Carroll leading Aurora. One nothing, John Carroll going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom third of the order due up for Aurora. Tyler Padden reached on a walk in the 2nd inning. It turned out to be a pretty busy inning. 35 pitches were needed for Maxwell Shoemaker, but got out of the inning unscathed. Pretty quick 3rd inning. I'll look for a few more of those as he tries yet again to silence the Aurora Bats. Aurora trying to advance to a super regional for the first time. It only 3 super regionals have ever happened previously. So Aurora trying to introduce itself to that very quickly. Padden takes ball 1. Tyler's had a good series. Walked earlier in this ball game and then hits one extremely high into shallow left field. Coming all the way over in foul territory is Orwell for out number 1. Aurora has continued to be aggressive, trying to attack pitches in the strike zone, but so far Maxwell Shoemaker has been able to get the better of the Spartan hitters. Colin Meinert will take strike 1. And Aurora close to getting the lineup up for the 3rd time, and these generally have not gone well for opposing pitchers when Aurora's done that. Foul ball here off the handle. Only 2 hits here through 3 innings. That tracks with what we've seen for most of this series. First 2 times through the order, Aurora hasn't been able to get much going. The 3rd time has been a much different story. Meinert down on strikes here as he swings and misses. Second strikeout for Shoemaker, and his first since the first batter of the ball game. 2 outs for Sean Rivera in the 9 spot. Walked back in the second inning. First pitch, check swing, ball 1. He did not go. One 0 pitch. Up and in. 2-0 to Rivera. Shoemaker, 2 hits, 4 walks here through 3 2/3. Is grooved in. Shoemaker's 2-1 offering, well off the mark. First time up, Rivera was down 0-2 and then took 4 straight high fastballs. Much different order this time through. 3-1 pitch, also high, and Rivera walks to first for the second time. Nico Bermeo walked his last time up after striking out to begin the game for Aurora.
Number 2, Nico Bermeo.
Ball 1 here to Bermeo. Just 1 hit in the series. You know, Bermeo right on the verge of getting heated up. Right now, a strike from Maxwell Shoemaker is going to be required. First, a word from Logan Lemire behind the plate, who wants to settle everybody down. To have been a little bit of feast or famine when it comes to the strike zone for John Carroll pitchers today. When they've gotten into a rhythm, things have been fine. When they've gotten out of a rhythm, it has spiraled very quickly. And the only question has been how quickly could they right the ship. 2-0 to Bermeo comes up and in. The runner goes. The throw hopped in to Persichetti at second, and that's enough for Rivera to pick up his second stolen base of the afternoon. Meanwhile, the count is 3-0. Shoemaker trying to avoid another walk and gets a swing up the middle. It's a seeing eye throw behind the bag that Olszewski stopped and then threw it away. That will allow Rivera to round third and score to tie it up. Infield single and then an error that allows Rivera to come in and score, and Bermeo to advance to second base. That is a head-scratching decision to try to get a very good base runner on a ball that was hit about as weakly as possible to get as far as it did up the middle. We are all square at 1, and Jacob Ambuel can give Aurora the lead. And how about the green light that time for Nico Bermeo on a 3-0 pitch? First, a visit here at the Hill. Well, and for where John Carroll is at in this ball game, I have to be ready to go to the bullpen at a moment's notice, and in fact, it looks like that might be what they're doing right here. That is a very quick pitching change here as Maxwell Shoemaker will head off. And we will see Garrett Siegel come in and try to keep this a 1-1 ball game. Pitching change here in the bottom of the 4th. Aurora threatening here with 2 outs. Runner still on second for Aurora. The game-tying run comes in. Infield single and then a throwing error. That was, frankly, just not a good decision. And it has allowed Aurora to bring Jacob Ambule to the plate with a chance to put Aurora in the lead. Garrett Siegel's first pitch is a fastball, and it is outside. Siegel, the graduate student from Ipswich, Massachusetts, makes his 11th appearance and 17 in the 3rd innings. He struck out 18 and pitched to a 4.15 ERA. He misses with the first 2 to Ambule. A Spartan batter who is 0 for 2 in this ball game, but just missed. Clearing the bases with a home run last time up. Hits a hard one up the middle and in for a base hit. Here comes Bermeo around third. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. The relay's not in time, and Aurora is in front. Ambule makes it 2-1 Spartans. And Justin Sartori will bat here with a runner on first. Sartori 0 for 2. Right now, both runs are unearned. Potential for Bermeo's run to still be earned, depending on the next sequence of pitches and batters. Ball 1 to Sartori from Siegel. Right-hander misses with a breaking ball. 6th batter of the inning for Aurora. Brought 6 to the plate in the 2nd, did not score, left the bases loaded. 2-0 to Sartori is a fastball, and it's in over the inner half. Two one. Fastball, fouled off. Last time out for Siegel, 2 1/3 innings. Allowed 2 earned against Marietta. Final game of the OAC tournament. It's been a tough pitcher last couple of seasons here for John Carroll. And battling with Justin Sartori here. 6th-year senior out in front, tips it foul, and we remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball, taken strike, foul ball. 2-2 again. This one is lifted high into shallow right. Connolly's fighting it when he was able to block the sun and make the catch, and that's going to do it for Aurora in the bottom of the 4th. 2 runs are in unearned on 2 hits and an error, and 1 left. Spartans in front as we go to the 5th. It's 2-1. Nick Malmberg will pitch with the lead. 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th. And Malmberg will face 2, 3, and 4 here in the 5th inning. 61 pitches for Malmberg through 4 innings. 40 for strikes. So once again, to the surprise of no one, Nick Malmberg pounding the strike zone. Justin Hanley is 1 for 2, and he'll take strike 1. 0-1. They swung on and hit very hard. Deep left center field. Curcio goes back to the wall, and he makes the catch. And will pat the wall after running it down. Dom Curcio had to cover a lot of turf out there in center field. Lost the hat moments before making the catch and maintained his concentration. Nick Malmberg working so quickly, Curcio is running back into position as Sean Connolly gets back into the batter's box, and Nick Malmberg misses down and in with ball 1. Nick Malmberg not waiting, getting right back into his motion, ball 2. Connolly, 2 plate appearances, no at-bats. Hit batter and a sacrifice today, and now he's ahead 3-0, so could still be 0 for 0 here if things don't change markedly. And there's a strike from Malmberg to get into the count. John Carroll hasn't gone away at all. Strike 2 here from Malmberg with a fastball. And Aurora is now well and truly into the bullpen, and we'll see if Aurora can get the bats going a little bit more here. We play on here. Sharp foul ball that got a few fans a little nervous about that one, as it didn't really have a real chance of getting to them, but they were ready to go anyway. Count is full. And Malmberg punches out Connolly for the 2nd out. Good breaking ball. And Connolly will head back to the dugout. Jack Harmon, RBI ground out last time up. Grounded out twice here in game 2. Now 3 for 10 in the series. Here in the right side in the first pitch swing. And a fly ball to right. Ambule, no trouble there. Has it for the 3rd out. A 1-2-3 inning for Nick Malmberg and company in the top of the 5th. We are halfway home. Game 3 of this NCAA 3rd game of the regional. Aurora up 2-1. Jet Wedekin's going to start it off for Aurora in the bottom of the fifth. 2-1 Spartans. Wedekin a walk and a pop out. After a 3 RBI opener of today's doubleheader, Wedekin takes strike one at the knees, and Wedekin did not appear to be in love with that call, if his facial expression is any indication. And pitch taken inside for 1-1. Nice thing, you know, with football they have face masks on. Baseball, you get the whole spectrum of emotions. 1-2. I mean, not exclusively baseball. Most sports do not have something covering the face, but I find it entertaining. It's 1-2. It's still 1-2. Josh Reinhardt, Dom Curcio set to hit. Of course, Jet is a catcher, so 1-2. Off the handle. It's in the shallow center. Olszewski tries to run it down, and he does. I think that's what makes the decision by Olszewski earlier to throw that ball away that ended up tying the game so head-scratching, quite frankly. He's played a very good shortstop all series long, and he's also a shortstop. He leads the team with 11 errors, and that's to be expected at that position. Just it turns out a very important decision. Strike one taken here by Josh Reinhardt. And then Jacob Ambuel made it particularly painful moments later. Reinhardt a double and a pop out today, and he takes one up and in for ball one. One pitch, hard hit in the left, sinking, and fighting for it here was Orwell, who did well to stay with it and record the second out. So Dom Curcio comes to the plate. Dom's put a couple of swings that have been very good on baseballs in this second game. Single up the middle and maybe just missed taking one out of here in his second trip. Strike one taken here from Garrett Siegel. 1-1. Two and one the count. Curcio gets ahead with 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the fifth. A 2-1 Spartan advantage. The fastball hit hard again. 2-out single for Curcio. I'll bring Tyler Padden to the plate. Well, after starting the series 0 for 8, despite some good swings, Curcio finally getting a few to fall in here for him. And we'll see Tyler Padden bat here this inning. A walk and a fly out. Ball one. Despite being a very good center fielder, Dom Curcio 0 for 3 on the base paths. I don't think we'll see him in motion here. 2-0. Padden takes one up and in. Got a 2-0 count here to Padden. A good throw by Siegel that time. Hurls it right by Padden, who swings and misses. It is 2-1, and now 3-1. Nothing here in this case. I mean, obviously, fans having disagreement with the strike zone is an time-honored tradition in baseball, but the misses for John Carroll today have largely not really been up for debate. The 14 walks that John Carroll batters have issued, I think in large part have not really had a whole lot to doubt about them. Good pitch by Siegel here to load the count. We'll send Curcio in motion here as Padden gets a piece of another pitch. And actually, I have shorted that walk count. It's 15 walks today issued by John Carroll pitchers. Throw over at Curcio. It's just too many. Hard to win a lot of baseball games that way. And have been in a couple all the same despite that. Full count. Padden hits this one on the screws in the left field. Aurora has done some of its best work at the plate here with 2 outs today. It'll be Colin Minert with an opportunity. Spartans 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. And once again, Bobby Bell out of the dugout. And it looks like that might be it here for Garrett Siegel. Pitching change here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. As Garrett Siegel heads off, Aurora leads it 2-1. Henry Darrow gets the call. He threw 29 pitches in game 1 of the series, went 2 innings, took the loss after giving up the solo home run to Justin Sartori. So Darrow comes in with a 3.92 ERA. This is his 17th appearance. Coming in here with 2 on, 2 outs. And facing Colin Minert, who takes strike 1. Minert is 0 for 2, double play and a strikeout. 2-1, the Aurora advantage here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Time called, and a balk here on Darrow. So that will move both the runners up 90 feet. They'll both be in the scoring position for Minard. It's the second balk we've seen called here today. And now down and into Minard. Now all of a sudden, the margin for error on that breaking ball is very, very slim. Logan Lemire will have to continue to be very good behind the plate. 1-1 to Minard, strike two. Fastball runs in. Minard trying to come through here and extend the Aurora advantage. Darrow with the pitch and a pop-up. This one brings rain over the infield. Third baseman Harmon calls for it. He stabbed at it a little bit there, but he made the catch all the same. And it will retire the Aurora side in the fifth. Two more hits for Aurora, 6 on the day. They leave a couple. Aurora's now stranded 9 batters through 5 innings. But they lead it 2-1 as we go to the 6th. And a 2-1 Aurora lead as we go into the 6th inning. An hour and a half of baseball here to this point. Kind of went through some of the scores from around the area from earlier today. We continue to keep an eye on some others. First pitch from Nick Malmberg. Logan Lemire taken for strike one. Lemire is 1 for 2. Ball one. Malmberg now at 73 pitches, 48 for strikes, so got plenty of runway here. 1-1. Outside. Aurora has gotten a lot of very good innings from their 5 starting pitchers this season. That fastball ran down and in to run the count to 3-1. Bryce Miller and Jacob Welbus, who we have not seen so far in this series, have provided some very good depth to the pitching rotation for Aurora. Ball 4 to Lemire, and he'll be on at the top of the batting order for this inning. Third time. The Blue Streaks have gotten the leadoff batter on, and it will bring Eric Dalgenti to the plate. 0 for 2, and he'll try to bunt. One is pushed foul. Not a lot has gone right for Dalgenti at the plate so far in this series. He's 0 for 5. Does have or make that 0 for 7 now, and he does have a sac fly. Squares the bunt again. Rivera comes down, and he fails to get it down again. So that will pocket the bunt. Berg will try to put away Dalgenti here. Ball one here. Malmberg set. Look at first. Pitch. They pop up shallow right and into no man's land. Everyone safe. Looks like a frozen rope in the box score, and the first two are on for Connor Maley. And it looks like Colin Minard is in a bit of distress as he comes back into the infield. Seems like he's okay. Going to try to walk that off. They won't send out a trainer. Connor Maley to the plate. Couple of singles. Interesting decision here. He's hit the ball well in this game. Do you ask him to bunt? He shows at least, and then takes a ball from Malmberg. So after a leadoff walk, Eric Dalgenti could not have thrown it much better. Nick Malmberg made a pitch and did not get the benefit of it. Here he has to make a nice backhanded stop in the field. As Maley tried to push that bunt past him towards second. Malmberg got it. So the sacrifice moves a couple of blue streaks now into scoring position. But this is where things have fallen apart for John Carroll in this game so far. They're 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Jared Orwell is 0 for 2 in Game 3 of this series. A couple of doubles earlier today. Malmberg gets a swing and a miss on the changeup. Blue Streaks trying to tie the ball game here in the top of the 6th. Malmberg trying to keep the Spartans in front. Ground ball to third, hit hard. Rivera did a nice job keeping that one on a bit of a wicked hop from getting by him. He throws out Orwell after a check of the runner at third. And there are two away for Michael Persichetti. Sophomore is 1 for 2. 6-game hit streak after the single in the 4th inning. He can give John Carroll the lead. First pitch from Malmberg is in for a strike. Only inning without any base runners on, the top of the 5th. Nick Malmberg went through the blue streaks in order. Otherwise, left on base. Been a story of this game. Hard grounder to short on one hop. Bermeo has it and ends the inning with the throw to first. A couple left in scoring position on a hit and a walk. Aurora holds on to the lead. 2-1 through 5.5. Sean Rivera to lead off the bottom of the 6th for Aurora. Spartans up 2-1. Rivera has declined to swing the bat very much. He has not had to. He's walked a couple of times. MacTees swung the bat exactly one time. It was a foul ball. He's ahead here 2-0. Also has a couple of stolen bases, so Adam Stevens has trusted Rivera to get on the move out there. Henry Darrow finally feeds in a strike to Rivera. And a productive series for Rivera. Takes a third ball here. Although he has only a single base hit. He's been on via the walk 3 times. He was hit by a pitch and he has a sacrifice. Here he swings. Isn't able to catch up to the pitch from the southpaw Darrow. The count is full to the first batter of the home 6th. Now Rivera puts a swing on it and hits this one out in the center field. Dalgenti will have it, moving to his left. 1 away. Third time through the order about to begin for the 5th-ranked Spartans. 5th in the final regular season D3Baseball.com poll. Number 7 in the Collegiate Baseball newspaper poll, to name a couple. Bermeo takes ball 1. Are there any other D3 baseball polls that I'm missing? Just the 2? Strike 1. Bermeo 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. And a run scored today at the top of the order for Aurora. 1-1 pitch. Fouled up. And back. Bermeo swings and misses on the 1-2, and he is the second out of the inning. Well, we saw Bobby Bell make some very quick switches of pitchers here in this one, and you just cannot risk leaving a pitcher in for one batter too many. And so far, it's kept John Carroll in the game. That is 2 quick strikes to Jacob Ambule. Darrow, catch ball, throw ball here. Ambule is 1 for 3 with an RBI. The RBI giving Aurora the lead. It's to fight off the 0-2. Breaking ball is lifted high into shallow left. Olszewski, the shortstop, back for it. Called off by the center fielder Dalgenti at the last moment. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. In the home 6th to the 7th we go. Aurora still in front. It's 2-1. I think I said earlier Aurora was set to go through the order for the 3rd time, and it's really the 4th time that they just started, and now John Carroll will get Joe Olszewski up for the 4th time as well. We're into the 7th inning, and Aurora trying to hang on. The Spartans are 36-0 when leading after 6 innings this season. John Carroll, when behind after 6, is 1-12. Nick Malmberg has largely kept Olszewski quiet. He has reached and walked, and he gets a ground ball here to 3rd. Rivera on 2 bounces, then let the throw go down the first baseline, but Sartori made the correction and applied the tag for the first out. And Bobby Bell is out to protest here. Well, looks like they will come together here. This umpiring crew has done a really nice job through 2+ games at getting together to discuss. Of course, that led to about a 10-minute delay in the first game, but in games of this magnitude, it's important to get the call right, so credit to these four. I don't know that this is a call that can be reversed unless someone had a very good and definitive angle, and I don't know who else would have except Garrett Moselle. And they will discuss. And he is out. So Justin Hanley will come to the plate. Hanley is 1 for 3. Malmberg starts him off with a breaking ball. Now, we don't have the greatest angle from here, and it's hard to tell on video. Call in the field, I think, has to stand in that situation. And one pitch, another breaking ball that's in. Just don't know how you can overturn the call, and they did not. And so we play on here as Malmberg gets quickly ahead of Hanley. Gets back into his motion and gets a swing and a miss. 4th strikeout for Malmberg as he gets Hanley to extend the zone. And Sean Connolly will step in. Connolly a strikeout in his only at-bat after hit by pitch and a sacrifice. He was rung up on a breaking ball over the inside corner and now swings at one and does not catch up. Two to one Spartans, top 7. Here's another breaking ball and a nice play by Malmberg. The glove across the body throws him out, and a Tiger Woods fist pump by Nick Malmberg after the throw over for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3, go the Blue Streaks. It's stretch time in Game 3 of this NCAA Regional with Aurora leading John Carroll 2-1. Justin Sartori taking ball 1 here to begin the bottom of the 7th. He'll take ball 2 to begin the bottom of the 7th against Henry Darrow. Trying to keep the Aurora Bats shut down. Keep this a 1-run game, 2-1 the score. Strike 1 into Sartori, who is 0 for 3 It's reached in 52 straight. Well, that is in some jeopardy here. Fouls off. Third pitch. It's 2-1. Make that 2-2. And now a deep fly ball to center. A few steps back for Dalgenti. And that's the first out. Jet Wedekin to the plate for Aurora. He's 0 for 2. Aurora bullpen is quiet, FYI. Nick Malmberg at 92 pitches through 7 innings of 1-run ball. Wedekin takes strike 1. And now 1-1. Josh Reinhardt due up this inning. Spartans trying to extend the lead. This one came in off the bounce. Wedekin thought it hit him. Started going down the first. Mike Federer called him back. Now Adam Stevens is coming down the line, and the officials will confer. Hey, your guess is as good as mine. I could not tell if it hit him or not. That's a tough angle from here, so. I'm going to discuss this. It is certainly unusual for Wedekin to be so eager to go to first. And he will get to stay and bat. He gestured that it hit the side of his shin guard, and I think that's at a spot that the home plate umpire just can't see it. And from this angle, it's hard to tell if it changed direction at all. Maybe the fans on the third base side might have had a better look at that. So the 2-1 hit is just drilled. Deep left field, but Orwell's going to have enough time. And he'll make the catch for the second out. Wedekin pretty close to making that a very consequential decision to keep him at the plate. Wedekin just walked right through the batter's box on his way back to the dugout as Josh Reinhardt comes to the plate. And Josh Reinhardt will foul off the first pitch. Reinhardt a double in the third inning, 1 for 3 on the day. 0-1 outside. Henry Darrow has come in and has thrown strikes. 2 innings, no hit ball. Foul ball here to make it 2-2. Could make a very good argument. He's their best relief pitcher. Calling on him to try to keep this a 1-run game. Slow roller out to second. Persichetti had to charge it. Was not able to get Reinhardt. Infield single. And 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 32 pitches for Darrow, just over his total from yesterday. And 22 of those for strikes, and he likes to work quickly. It helps to keep batters off balance a bit. Curcio is 2 for 3. He'll take strike 1. Now Darrow does have to slow down a little bit with a runner on. Well, he's not going to spend a whole lot of time doing that. Breaking ball inside. I would say that Henry Darrow does the minimum as far as getting set. And then gets right into his motion. Gets a pop-up foul. Third base side. Maley looking for it as it goes over towards the third base dugout, and Maley has fielded his position very well in this series. He records the final out. And Aurora goes quietly in their half of the 7th. We're on to the 8th. It's 2-1 Spartans in Game 3 of the NCAA Regional. Six outs remain potentially in Aurora's season, or make that in John Carroll's season. There's plenty more outs in Aurora's season, up 2-0 in the series, leading 2-1 here in the 8th. Middle of the order due up for John Carroll. It's Jack Harmon taking strike one from Malmberg. Now it appeared to me that Jack Fisher went down, but I did not know if that would be right. They're just pitching yesterday. Strike two here from Malmberg. Oh, 2. Time called. Harmon 0 for 3 with an RBI. Carlos Garcia earlier today went 35 pitches for his 6th save. Not know if Adam Stevens would consider getting him back. 0-2 pitch from Malmberg is outside. Fisher yesterday went 129 pitches. 1-2 to Harmon. Spiked. Blocked by Padden behind the plate. One-two pitches outside. Make that 2-2 pitch outside. It's full. Harmon battling back here to work the count full. Payoff pitch. Swung on and hit out to right. That will have Ambule retreating, but he has room. And he makes the catch. One down. Aurora 5 outs away potentially from a trip to the Super Regional next weekend. And that would be against the winner of the Denison Regional. Whoever that's going to be at this point. Again, a long way to go. Logan Lemire takes strike one. He's reached twice today, the single and a walk. Malmberg back into his motion, gets a ground ball. Past the dive of Rivera at third. Tying run on for John Carroll here in the 8th. 2-1 the score. Bloop single for Eric Dalgenti last time up. So left-hander in the bullpen right now for Aurora. I think that's probably C.J. Cazares getting warm. Foul ball here from Dalgenti. Already saw Sam Harvey and Carlos Garcia today. Malmberg back to the plate on 0-1, and he missed. Aurora with a number of good options out of the bullpen, including Caceres, Tyler Pricing, and Brian Hanahan. conceivably available as well. Here is a hard hit ball out in the left field. Trying to run that down is Reinhardt. It will land at the base of the wall. So that one had to get in a hurry. Dalgenti has put the go-ahead run in the scoring position with one out in the 8th. His second hit of the day. Lemire goes to third. Connor Maley can tie it up or better. But first, mound visit here. No coaches. It's going to be infielders and Nick Malmberg as they try to decide what to do. And Aurora has led through 7 innings. They've lost only one time. 17, make that 18-1 now, and they've led after 8 innings. They've won all 20. But the game could be a single swing away from changing. Connor Maley has couple of singles and a sacrifice in this third game of the series. First pitch swinging and a fly ball. This should score the run and tie it up. Curcio makes the catch. Here comes the tag. Curcio goes to third. We got a 2-2 ball game. A sacrifice fly that scores Lemire. Dalgenti tagged up as well and went into third. And now Malmberg will face Jared Orwell and try to keep this one a 2-2 ball game. Orwell is 0 for 3. Malmberg's inning to finish, it would appear. Breaking ball, first pitch is in for a strike. Aurora has the bottom third of the order due up in the home 8th. John Carroll trying to force a tomorrow. Hard hit fly ball, center field. Curcio tries to run it down, he's out of room. It's off the wall as the Blue Streaks take the lead. A go-ahead RBI double for Jared Orwell makes it 3-2. Now Aurora does have the last at-bat. For the first time in a long while, something to cheer about for John Carroll. And it's going to be the end of Nick Malmberg's day. 7 2/3. A quality start. And he leaves here. Aurora trailing 3-2. A pitching change as CJ Cazares is in out of the Aurora bullpen. John Carroll had to win this game for there to be a tomorrow. And they have rallied with a couple of runs in the 8th to take the lead. Aurora now with 6 outs remaining. Michael Persichetti in the 9 spot faces CJ Cazares, who bends in strike 1. The left-handed freshman from Aurora got a 9-out save in the 3rd game against Benedictine to close out the NAC tournament. Gives up a clean single. Oh my goodness, he does not. Diving stop. Bermeo then throws behind a turning Jared Orwell, and he's tagged out for the last out. And that is going to do it for the 8th inning. It'll be a single for Persichetti, and then a 6-5 putout that ends the inning. Nevertheless, 3 hits for John Carroll, 1 left, and most importantly, 2 runs to take the lead. It's 3-2 through 7.5 in Game 3 of this NCAA Regional. Tyler Padden leads it off for Aurora as the Spartans now trail 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Padden, a single and a walk, facing Henry Darrow. He'll miss outside. Henry Darrow, so far, 2 1/3 innings of 1-hit shutout ball out of the bullpen for the Blue Streaks, but 2 straight wide ones to Tyler Padden. Two 2-0 to Padden, and he'll foul off that pitch. Two and 1 to Padden. 3-1. Aurora would love nothing more than to get the tying run on base, and that is exactly what's going to happen. 5-pitch walk to Padden, who's on for the 3rd time today. Well, in this spot, it certainly seem like a likely sacrifice bunt situation, but first it's going to be a pinch runner situation for Padden. John Ray is into the game with a run scored already today in the 2nd game of this series. Colin Minard is 0 for 3. Well, Adam Stevens asked him to put down a sacrifice. Did have one in the opener of today's doubleheader. Shows bunt and gets it down. Darrow will field it, wheels and throws. Samuel Basso, after appearing in Game 1, is back into the John Carroll pen if needed. Aurora 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. In Game 3, Sean Rivera has walked twice and digs in here against the left-handed Darrow. First pitch, swung on, and it's belted out to center field. Dalgenti's going to have space, makes the catch. Ray tags and is into 3rd with a slide with 2 outs. And Nico Bermeo will try to tie the ball game for Aurora. One for three as he steps in for the fifth time, also reached on a walk. First pitch swinging, it's knocked down by Maley. He pops up and throws out Bermeo to end the inning. Terrific play by Maley to keep this a one-run lead for John Carroll. One left, no runs to the ninth. Blue Streaks lead Aurora 3-2. Brendan Naylor into the game to catch for Aurora. Top of the order due up to hit for John Carroll. 3-2, top of the ninth. Insurance time for the Blue Streaks. Just the third time this season Aurora will trail in the bottom of the last inning. They have not mounted a comeback in the first two tries. Joe Olsavsky is 0 for 3. First pitch swinging and a bouncer to third. That is Rivera. Lots of time. Good throw. One away. This would be the first time in 36, make that 37 games that Aurora will have lost after leading through 6 innings if they do not come back. At least one in the ninth. Justin Hanley is 1 for 4. CJ Cazares, second pitch of the inning, dives out of the strike zone for ball one. John Carroll on the season, 18-0 when leading after 8 innings. Slammed the door every time. Strike one to Hanley here. They have lost one time on a walk-off, however. Ohio Northern hit a walk-off 3-run homer in the 13th inning earlier this season. Line drive up the middle for a 1-out single for Justin Hanley. He is 2 for 5. One away for Sean Connolly. There is a pinch runner into the game for Hanley here.
5-1.
It's going to be Jordan Suvak running here for Hanley. Now that is an interesting decision because it lifts Hanley from the game should we go to extra innings, but right now you're playing for an insurance run. Sean Connolly to the plate, takes ball one in the dirt. It's 0 for 2. Hit batter and a sacrifice. Cazares out of the stretch. Infield looking for the twin killing behind him. 1-0 is a fastball and it's in for strike one. Cazares steps off, takes a moment here. Subek out of Murraysville, Pennsylvania. Freshman counted upon here to run the bases. Aurora will have Jacob Ambuel, Justin Sartori, and Jet Wedekind up in the bottom of the ninth. If you had to name three you'd want up at the plate, you might have those three, and potentially in that order. 1 and 2 here to Connolly. It's like Jack Harmon likely to hit this inning. Always tough to double off a left-handed batter. And an outfielder, no less. Throw over. Suvak back in with a slide. If the Blue Streaks hold on, it would be their very first win in the NCAA tournament. Their 7th try. 1-2. Too high. Left-hander Cazares, 4th lefty that Aurora has had in the ball game, pitching to John Carroll today. Foul ball. And cleared the grandstand over the short fence. Now that's one I would have flinched on, but I had no fear on that one over there in the third base bleachers. Count remains 2-2 here to Connolly. Cazares set at the belt. The pitch. Breaking ball. And a grounder to first. Sartori to second for 1, then gets back and laid out to haul in the relay throw, but not in time to get Connolly. Fielder's choice will bring Jack Harmon to the plate. Harmon is 0 for 4. Does have an RBI. John Carroll with 11 hits in this ball game, including the one earlier this inning. First pitch from Cazares is in for strike 1. Aurora, for whatever it's worth, does not have a walk-off win this season. Just haven't, frankly, played that many games or this close in the 9th inning. Certainly not at home. Foul ball here as Harmon goes behind 0-2. Now they've had a few games end on base hits for run rule, but none were on the final play of the 9th inning or later. 0-2 to Harmon outside. Spartans will have their chance on a 9th inning rally to close out John Carroll. If they don't do it, we'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. 1-2 to Harmon, the cleanup hitter. Runner goes. Harmon swings and misses, and the inning comes to an end. No runs on a hit, 1 left. Last chance time for Aurora. John Carroll leads the Spartans 3-2. Henry Darrow, 3 1/3 innings of one-hit shutout ball. The bullpen has gone 4 1/3 without allowing a run. And John Carroll leads here in the bottom of the ninth, 3-2. Jacob Ambule, Justin Sartori, and Jet Wedekin all due up for Aurora, needing 1 to extend the game and 2 if it comes in this inning to win it. First pitch to Ambule is down and out of the zone for ball 1. Ambule, an RBI single in 4 tries. Facing Darrow, who has issued a walk and a strike in at the knees. 1-1. Ambule just 2 hits in this series. He's hit by the pitch. One hopped in and got him on the leg. Tying run is on. Now here is a decision. Justin Sartori with 12 home runs on the season, 0 for 4 at the plate. If you're going to put down a sacrifice, it would be right now, but they will ask him to swing the bat. Or at least it would so appear. Ball 1. And is this going to be it for Henry Darrow? 1 pitch into this plate appearance. Well, it looks like this is it. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of changes here. But it would appear that Henry Darrow is staying in the game. Might be some position changes upcoming. Now Darrow leaves. It is a pitching change with leadoff batter on, and it would appear that a new pitcher is going to be Joe Olszewski. Got the final out of the final game of the OAC tournament. They will ask him to close it out here. Pitching change, timeout. We'll get you caught up on the changes in just a moment. Here are the changes. We'll try to break these down. Ryan Funderburger's into the game in left field. Michael Persichetti moves to shortstop. Jared Orwell goes from left field to second, and Joe Olszewski is into the game trying to slam the door. Just his 4th appearance of the season. 2 innings, 5 earned runs, but got the last out of the OAC tournament, and they'll ask him to finish the job here. Strike 1 to Sartori. It's 1-1. It's the right-hander. Faces Sartori, who hits one sharply in the right field and into the corner. It will go to the wall. Ambule is around second. He stops at third. The winning run is in scoring position with nobody out in the 9th. Stand corrected. Orwell is just in the shortstop. Persichetti remains at second. Jet Wedekind is walked intentionally to create the force at home. And so here we go. Josh Reinhardt is at the plate with a chance to win it. Infield is in. Reinhardt is 2 for 4. First pitch, ball 1. So the intentional walk also makes it so that Olszewski cannot lose Reinhardt. Feeds in the strike. It's 1-1. Fly ball ties the game. Base hit ties the game. Base hit might end the game, end the series. 1-1. Breaking ball. Bounced out to third. Maley goes home, nearly threw it away. Lemire was able to haul it in for the first out. Bases remain loaded. Now a double play ends the ball game. And it's Dom Curcio who gets the second opportunity to be the hero. Aurora is 2 for 10. Make it 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Curcio is 2 for 4. First pitch swinging, chopper to first. Harmon has that, he goes home. And Aurora's down to its last out. Bases still loaded, but this time Sartori's out at home. Curcio is safe on the 3-2 fielder's choice. And Brendan Naylor is Aurora's last chance. Naylor on the season, hitting .310, 5 doubles, 23 RBIs. First pitch from Olszewski is outside. Will we play on today? Will we play tomorrow? 1-0 to Naylor outside. Naylor gets ahead. Olszewski behind here, battling against Naylor. It's 2-1 with a close pitch. That gets him into the count. Naylor takes a second and now steps back in. 2-1 pitch. Fastball, it's hit hard in the right field, over into the corner, diving, and it's in! Here comes 2 runs in, and Aurora is going to the Super Regional. Brendan Naylor with a walk-off 2-run single as Aurora wins it 4-3. Unbelievable! Brendan Naylor is the hero as Wedekind and Reinhardt score. And congratulations to the Aurora University Spartans. They will play next weekend in a Super Regional after a 3-game sweep of John Carroll. 3-2 in Game 1, 9-6 in Game 2, and a dramatic 9th inning rally to win in Game 3, 4-3. An absolutely sensational finish. The sophomore from Lake Zurich, the hero here on Saturday. Handshake line here. John Carroll left absolutely everything on the field here. Would not have been in the NCAA tournament field except for winning the automatic qualifier, and came here to Jim Schmid Field absolutely not content with what they'd already accomplished. They battled for 3 full games, and a well-deserved round of applause from the John Carroll fans here in attendance. A team that would certainly seem to have the sky as the limit here, but not their year this time. Aurora moves on. Final totals, 4 runs on 9 hits. No errors for Aurora. They ended up stranding 11, and that nearly was the difference in the ball game. John Carroll, 3 runs on 11 hits. 10 left on base, 2 errors. CJ Cazares will be the winning pitcher. He'll be 4-1 after getting the final 4 outs for Aurora. And Joe Olsavsky takes the loss. He will be 1-1. Aurora celebrating out over by third base. Heartbreaking way for the season to end for John Carroll, but what a way to move on for Aurora University. Aurora now 42-4 on the season, and in action next week. When we know who they'll play and where they'll play, we will let you know. Find us on social media or check out athletics.aurora.edu. John Carroll's season comes to an end at 28-17. Game 3, 2 hours and 24 minutes. Every one of them consequential. And the final seconds ended up with a single down the right field line to plate Wedekin and Reinhardt and send Aurora forward into the Sweet 16 of the NCAA baseball playoffs. One more time, the finals. Game 1, 3-2. Game 2, 9-6. Game 3, 4-3. All for the Aurora University Spartans. Congratulations on their first regional championship since 2006 and 8th NCAA regional championship all time. Thanks to our facilities team, led by Chad Trudeau, Kaylee Underwood, many, many others. To Campus Public Safety, they were here keeping everybody safe, as the name would suggest. So thanks to them, and also to our athletic communications team led by Brian Kipley, Allie Beck, our Hank here today as well. Thank you for his help, and to all the others who helped make this NCAA regional happen. My name is Sean Fry. Thanks for watching a thrilling NCAA regional series between Aurora and John Carroll. Congratulations to the Blue Streaks on a great season, and to the Aurora Spartans for a regional championship and moving on in NCAA tournament play. We will see you next time for Aurora University Baseball here at athletics.aurora.edu.